You are not stupid. You are not weak. You are not broken. So why do you keep ending up with people who hurt you? That question has been haunting smart, successful, deeply empathetic people for their entire lives. And today, we are going to answer it. If this is the kind of content you have been looking for, hit subscribe. New video every week. Now let's get into it. This is not about being naive. This is not about having bad taste. This is about something that happens deep inside your nervous system. Something you were never taught to recognize. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this keeps happening. And more importantly, what to do about it. Your brain has one job above everything else: keep you alive. And the way it does that is by making the familiar feel safe, even when the familiar is dangerous. If you grew up in a home where love came with conditions, where affection was unpredictable, where you had to own your place, your brain learned that this is what love feels like. So as an adult, when someone treats you that way, it doesn't feel like a red flag. It feels like home. But here is the part nobody talks about. There is a particular type of person that toxic individuals are drawn to like a magnet. Empathetic, caring. Someone who sees the best in people. Someone who believes that with enough love, enough patience, they can help someone become who they were always meant to be. This is not a weakness. It is one of the most beautiful qualities a human being can have. But in the wrong hands, it becomes the perfect target. Because a fixer will stay. A fixer will try harder. A fixer will blame themselves before they blame the other person. And the manipulator knows this. Here is why toxic relationships feel more real than healthy ones. Every time the person who hurts you is suddenly kind, your brain releases a massive flood of dopamine, relief, joy, validation, all at once. This is the same chemical process as addiction. The pain makes the pleasure more intense. The withdrawal makes the return feel like salvation. The cycle of hurt and relief creates a bond that feels unbreakable. Because neurologically, it almost is. This is called trauma bonding. And it is not a sign that you're weak. It is a sign that your brain is working exactly as designed, in exactly the wrong situation. And if you're finding this useful, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. When you were very young, before you could even speak, you were already learning how relationships work. If your early caregivers were consistent, warm, and responsive, you developed a secure attachment. If they were unpredictable, sometimes loving, sometimes distant, sometimes overwhelming, you developed an anxious attachment. And here is the cruel irony. Anxiously attached people are most strongly attracted to avoidant people. People who pull away. People who run hot and cold. Because that push and pull feels familiar. It feels like love. It activates the same neural pathways formed in childhood. You are not choosing badly. You are choosing what your nervous system recognizes as normal. You know something is wrong. Some part of you has always known. But every time you try to leave, or even think about leaving, something stops you. You start remembering the good times. You start making excuses. You start wondering if maybe you are the problem. This is cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort of holding two contradictory beliefs at once. I love this person. This person is hurting me. And your brain, desperate to resolve that tension, will choose the explanation that requires the least change. It is easier to believe you need to try harder than to accept that the person you love is not who you thought they were. That is not stupidity. That is self-protection. So how do you actually stop this cycle? Not with willpower, not with a list of red flags, not by becoming cold or closed. You stop it by understanding it. Step 1. Recognize the pull. When someone makes you feel that familiar, anxious excitement in the early stages, pause. That feeling is not chemistry. That feeling is your nervous system recognizing a pattern. Step 2. Notice how you feel about yourself around this person. Healthy relationships make you feel more like yourself. Toxic ones make you feel like you are constantly not enough. Step 3. Build a relationship with consistency first. Boring, steady, reliable. Learn to find safety attractive. Learn to let calm feel like love. And step 4. Get support. A therapist, a trusted friend, someone who can reflect back what they see from the outside. Because when you are inside the pattern, you cannot always see it. You did not end up in that relationship because you were stupid. You ended up there because you were human. Because you were shaped by experiences you did not choose. Because your capacity to love deeply is not a flaw. It was just pointed in the wrong direction. The pattern can be broken. The nervous system can be rewired. New templates for love can be built. Slowly, intentionally, one relationship at a time. It starts with understanding. And understanding starts here. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you between thoughts.